Okie dokes. I think we might be live. Wouldn't that be exciting? Let's see what YouTube says, shall we? Actually, properly check it this time. Live stream. Yep, Twitch is live. Excellent. We like it. Aha. And I see the YouTubes. Success. Wonderful. That is a good first start. Hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome. As you can see, we are seated in my creative world. And yeah, I thought today I'd just do a kind of chill stream, test some stuff, see, you know, if I can get the YouTube working, which I think it is. It does seem to be doing better than it was last time, which is, always handy. So technologies are fun. I think I've managed to set up some alerts, so you can have fun with those on Twitch. And yeah, I just thought I'd hang out. I'd stream a little bit of what I do, which is a lot of building sets and things in game for my videos, for my YouTube channel. And I often do it in this world, which is like my sandbox world. And it's full of very silly things like this, which is from one of my Naked and Afraid videos. Unfortunately, not all of my builds currently have the NPCs that I'd placed in them. I'm not sure if that's due to like all the updates and stuff that's happened, or whether I've logged in at some point without my mods on and they've maybe all been deleted. But either way, I'll take you on a little bit of a tour. You can come and see my fun builds, and then maybe we can build something together. I have this very silly idea that I'm gonna make all of my Twitch alerts like custom Valheim themed Twitch alerts. Um, so I kind of want to do something a bit silly for subscribers and have them having, I don't know, like a troll having a little tea party or something. But I also need a break screen. Like yesterday, I left you all with my lovely deer hide on my chair, and Ironside entertaining you all by trying to shove me into a pond because it's Valheim and that's what we do to our friends. But I think maybe sort of having a little break screen might be a good idea. So I'm going to try and film one in game. But before that, I need to make something for it. So, if I'm taking a break, it's probably because I'm British and I need a cup of tea. So I felt that that needed to be shared with the world. Obviously, everyone loves tea, and if you don't, I maybe you're on the wrong stream. I don't know what to tell you. Tea is life. Um, and it occurred to me that maybe Frank hasn't had tea in a while. So I think we should make sure that Frank has a good cup of tea. So we're gonna make Frank a little kind of like tea party setup that I can film at somewhere in the Black Forest. So I need to have a little fly around and find somewhere kind of nice looking to build something. And yeah, then get to it and maybe have a little play around with all the new item stand orientations because yeah, I've been really excited about those ever since I read them in the patch notes, and I want to wait. I don't want to wait to try them. I want to try it now. So, gonna do it now. All right. Okay. So I'll give you a quick tour while I'm here, and then we'll have a little fly around and try and find somewhere cool to build. So this is my tank. It was made pretty much entirely from wood. So these are actually chopping blocks underneath here, just rotated round. So I do use quite a lot of creative mods in this world. Largely to make building a little bit quicker, because if I'm making something for a video, um, the editing time takes so long that like being able to build something that's kind of neat looking and creative, rather than trying to chop down 1,000 trees, it's kind of useful. So this was built with Gizmo and in creative mode. So some of the rotations you see on the like blocks and things are probably not all that achievable on vanilla, unfortunately. But yep, we have Mr. Tank. We have our lovely rack of guns, which is from the Guns and Bullets mod, which I've not actually played with in game. I only used it for this one like bit in my videos. So maybe that's a future playthrough that needs to happen. Gunheim could be a thing. And then we have my helicopter, whoops, which I can't get in on this side because clearly I built this to be accessible. Not. Um, which has a little cockpit at the front. You can't really see very much of it, but it is decorated inside. I promise I was good and I did all the levers and interesting things. This is actually flying in a different part of my map, so we can go check that out. I'm pretty sure it's still there. Like I said, I think this map may have been updated a little strangely, but you know, these things happen. Yeah, so we have all sorts of fun pin names here, like the Draugr Dance Party, which unfortunately I don't believe is currently full of dancing Draugrs, which was kind of the whole attraction, sadly. Um, but yes, I need to remember where I put the helicopter. Did I mark it on the map? Yes, I did. It's over here. Let's go and see the helicopter, shall we? And then I'll properly get started with the silliness. But I was very pleased with this, if it is still here. It should be. Maybe it's not. Oh, I think this world may be a little bit borked. Also doesn't help that I haven't been here in ages, so, you know, I don't remember where I've put things. No, it looks like this map is confused. Oh, there it is! Hey! So this was one of my experiments with Infinity Hammer and no more vanilla prefabs. That's it. Oh, hello, Mare. Hi. How are you? I'm good, thanks. How are you doing? I'm just kind of testing out all the things today. So we're visiting the Channel 10 copter currently, so you can see the absolute butcher job that I did of it in order to get it to fly. And then we're gonna build a tea party for Frank. Yes. Hello, Norson. Welcome to the chat. It is chopper time. This is Channel 10 at its finest. Suspended in air, as you can see by several iron beams and some ice floors. Um, Astrid actually taught me a very cool thing recently, which I didn't know. So for those folks that don't know how this works, don't know how this is currently not, suspended in midair. These ice floors are a prefab, so something that the devs have made in the game that already exists. You see them in ice caves and things, and they free float. So if you remove things around them, they'll stay up in the air. When I discovered this, my brain was just like, ooh, possibilities. So the first thing I built was this chopper, which is the Channel 10 chopper from my videos. And I tried for ages to try and kind of maybe resize them and seat them actually within the copter itself so you couldn't see them. But yeah, I ended up with this mess, which is a bunch of iron beams, and these are resized iron beams. So if I can get right in, there you go. You can just about see tiny, tiny iron beams. And essentially how it works is when you get out of render distance, the little ones disappear. So if you position the camera just right, you can kind of get everything out of shot. But I since learned that the little what are they called? Like the goblin um, bowls, the offering bowls that you see on the filling camps and stuff, which you can get in vanilla prefabs or you can spawn in with dev commands. They float too, and they are tiny. Tiny. Yes, Norton, yes. This is what Astrid taught me the other day, and it completely blew my mind. If I turn no build on, I should be able to find it. I might be quicker to do it in. Are they called offering bowls? Yeah, these things. These things. Just like the little offering bowls that you put the like filling totems on. Yeah, those float too. So I could have done this whole build just by having like one of those like secretly in the bottom or something. I didn't. I did it the difficult way and then had to like work out how to be far enough away that things rendered out in order to get the shot. But yeah, it's how it is. Thanks, Mare. I'm glad you liked the helicopter. It is one of my favorite builds. It's just silly, you know. There's no reason for it, other than it being rather ridiculous. And I'm glad you're doing well too. I could have a whole fleet without wires, right? Like that would be quite cool. That could be a thing. I don't know how to remove this directional arrow that I now have. Ooh, is this? Oh, is this from the updates? Is that the moving of the item stands? I don't know what I need to press. Is it E? No. I've probably got too many mods on to be trying this. The saving right. Oh my god, yes. I could have a whole fleet of them just flying in above Ribeye. The next time he gets himself into serious trouble, which to be fair will probably be next stream. Yeah. Yeah, that might need to happen. I'm gonna save that one, Norson. That one's great. Alright. Okay, so yeah, that's just a little kind of tour of my silliness. I wonder if you can see. Yeah, you can't really see all my cool levers and stuff. I went like overboard with the details, but you can't really see them. There we go. Because then I put chairs in the way of them. But there's, you know, levers and pedals and it's a steering wheel and stuff in here. But a lot of this was just quite fiddly and me just trying to make it work. And also, like, I did kind of think in the future maybe I might want to use it for something else and it might be good to have all the details in there. Um, you know, maybe I will. Maybe I'll have a fleet of them, as Norson says. But yes, this is one of my experiments in learning my strange helicopter puppet in the sky. Cool. I'm trying to think what else I have on this map. Oh, we've got to visit Poisson Steve, don't we, really? For those that don't know, it's been a small bone of contention with me that of all the videos that I've done and all the hundreds of hours that I've spent editing, Poisson Steve is, I think, still my highest watched video. Poisson Steve is a little fish. He has a little song. It's probably the quickest thing I've ever made. Le Poisson Steve. Oui, oui. Le Poisson Steve exists on my map still, chilling in his chair with his bait, just having a good time. You know, he's got some friends in the background. It's a little fish party going on there. He's amazing. He never ceases to amuse me. I've got to be honest. I gripe about him a little bit, but I think it's mostly jealousy. I'm mostly just jealous of his fame. You know, he's more of a fish than I could ever be. Excellent. Yep, that's Poisson Steve. There's a variety of boats hanging around here as well because I've done a couple of like drive-by filming shoots here. I think there's a replica. Yeah, there's the toilets from the opening of Naked and Afraid. Yep, there you go. More toilet than you could ever wish for. I actually reused these recently to upgrade them, make them, you know, a little better, which will be revealed shortly, but that's a surprise. So that's that. And I also recreated from scratch Crumbs's cabin. I have no idea what it looks like on the outside. I just recreated it from his video where he starts like naked and afraid at the beginning. I just recreated the inside. Had some Valcon trials for making stupid troll trees for my Valcon booth. But yeah, this is Crumbs's cabin where we all come and watch TV. So that's the famous TV. And I basically had a screenshot of this up on my phone because I didn't have a second monitor up at the time, and painstakingly made sure all the details were correct. So it's the same knives and everything. Um, and yeah, then made a subscribe button out of mushrooms because who doesn't love a subscribe button made out of mushrooms, man? It's everything. I was saying earlier, it's a bit of a shame because the Marketplace NPCs mod that I use, I seem to have overwritten this map somehow. So all of the NPCs that I've placed in this world don't exist. So like there should be a queue of Crumses just stood here queuing for the toilets. They're not here anymore, which is a bit sad. And a bunch of like dancing Draugr and things, which are also not there. Um, but yeah, my map is full of weird, interesting things. Yeah, a naked dance party. Should you ever want one, of course, there's no one naked there right now because they've all left. My mod has disappeared. Um, yeah, yeah. So, what I want to do today is find somewhere nice looking in the Black Forest. I tend to like have this habit of putting my builds all on the same island just so that they're close together. Um, but I have begun to spread out over this map here and there and everywhere. Because I want to make a tea party for Frank. I want Frank to have a good time. I'm largely doing this because I want to create a screen for when I go on breaks in Twitch. Because I left you with my chair yesterday, and today I'm like, okay, I'm going to make something silly, and I'm British, so if I'm going for a break, it's probably tea related. So, and then I realized Frank has probably never had a tea party, guys, and it's like my job as head of the Troll Appreciation Society to make sure that these endangered species are well cared for and enriched. So I think today we need to build a tea party for Frank, and then I will have that as my break screen. So yeah, answers on a postcard. Well, I say answers on a postcard. This may actually be a very British reference, I've now realised. Um, yeah, if you have ideas for the tea party, let me know. But we'll start by trying to find somewhere that looks nice. Looks like it might be frankable. I will be flying around. A posh troll, with a tux and a monocle. I would love to have a top hat for Frank. Just a top hat in game. I might even be able to use NPC mods to give him a top hat if there's one as a model somewhere. Because you'd like that, wouldn't you, Frank? I know you would. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I think we're really on the same page here. Maybe I'll try and find a troll cave. I know, right? I've actually started to look into doing like EWP stuff, which is not particularly helpful because I can't model. Like, there's no way I can 3D model. So even if I did manage to find a way to replace something with a top hat using EWP, like, yeah, I couldn't model one. So it's way beyond anything I can even currently vaguely do with EWP, which is like nothing. But I'm kind of curious about the possibilities of it. So I'm doing a little thinky think, doing a little play around. You never know. All right. I don't know whether I want to build maybe next to a troll cave or something. Should we have a troll cave in the background? I could build in a troll cave, but they're quite dark. Have I gone to Frank's house for tea? Because if I've gone to Frank's house for tea, which kind of makes narrative sense, then I probably should build in Frank's house. I do have a troll cave marked on the map, but I'm pretty sure... Is that the one that I filled full of guns? I don't think that's the one I filled full of guns. If not, we may just have to deal with it being a bit dark. Is there a Frank already in here? No. Yes. Hmm. Well, this Frank may have to go, unfortunately, because I'm gonna need a posable Frank. Troll cave on the coast, so I have a light and a clear view. That's a good idea. Yeah, because it's a bit. Because the problem is, like, I've got environment cleared, and time of day set to midday right now, so this is as light as it's gonna get. It's not bad, but the textures are a little stark without the ground mist and stuff. Let's go and see if we can find one on the coast somewhere, since I'm in fly mode and getting hit by trees. Zoom. That also means my migratory trolls have gone. That's sad. I may have to look at see if I can restore a backup or something. I did try a backup, but yeah, no dice. That's meadows. Let's try around this way. See if we can find one. Have you had a good day so far, Norson? Have you been up to much? Mare says he's had a good day over in YouTube, which is good. I've mostly had a day of questioning my life choices and going to the dentist, which was, you know, adult blur. Zoom. Ooh, that looks like what we're looking for. Frank's already outside. A little welcoming party. Excellent. Yeah, I like that. I do like that there's a seagull perched on top of it right now too. I also like that it's already decorated with human remains. That's pretty good. I reckon we can flatten that coast out a little bit and give us some room to work. But okay, stream. I need you to look away right now. Otherwise, my credentials as, like, you know, Troll Appreciation Society might it might be a problem. Just don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Nothing to see here. Go away. Okay. It's fine. Nothing happened. I don't know what you mean. I'm innocent. Alrighty. So, let's pull this terrain out of it. Oh, I forgot to press Alt. Ba-boom. Oh, that is leveling true well. Ding ding. Let's try. No. I might have to bring it down into the water a little more. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's quite a good viewing angle. Ooh, woke up too early. Oh, you feel good? Did some science with the file this morning. Nice. Oh my god. 3/4 of HP gone from a single swipe in full Zoomy armor. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that and Naked and Afraid again either. That sounds hideous. I mean, the Black Forest ones were genuinely bad enough. And we're not playing on hardcore. Like, yeah, the spooky bear does scare me slightly. A lot. Oof. Ah, terraforming. don't like that so much. Let's bring this one back. Let's try and make it look a tiny bit more natural. 'Cause this is a great mod for doing things quickly, but I find like it's hard to like not get like little pock marks and stuff. The pathing is horrible, and I found a new trick to never get hit. Bear pickaxe rodeo. It's not super strong damage wise, but it works. You know, I've heard worse ideas. I'm impressed it lets you stay on its back for long enough to actually get it down. Oh, they have no way of shaking you off. Oh, a bit like the Jarls before they changed it. Yeah, I kind of want to do a bear rodeo now. I'm gonna tell Ironside, because I think this is valuable information for Bear or Bear. Yeah, proper cheesing it, definitely. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, I'm for it. I'm for it. That sounds pretty good. Right, let's pull this down. I want him to try it first. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and watch, record, and evaluate. This is how I do everything. Just send in the guinea pigs. It's a bit too free floating now. Try not to eat myself into the cave. You do deserve your team name. You're gonna keep this intel from Astridge because she dies so much already? I'm not sure she'd necessarily want. Maybe she would want to try it. I don't know. I think she'd be happy to watch. And yes, Crimson Chaos is well named. Hi V! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. We were just talking about bears. I am building in creative mode. I'm making a troll tea party. So that I can have a break screen. This is the only reason I'm building, but I thought it would be fun to build it in game. Make it a bit silly. And I think I may have just covered up all of those bones. That's fine, I can replace them down. V will tell her bears have cultivators and Astrid will hunt them to the ends of the earth. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you shouldn't tell her. Maybe it's just better that way. Like... The bears are not ready for that. How's your permadeath run going, V? You're too mischievous for your own team. Going good? Nice! How far have you gotten? I haven't checked in on you in a while. Still alive, you know? On a permadeath run, I think that's I'm good going. You haven't been eaten by bears yet. Making a base currently, so peaceful in the meadows. Aww, some good chill time. After all the chaos. You eat bears for breakfast. Wow. Like some kind of horror-themed Goldilocks? Yeah, that tracks. Horror-themed Goldilocks. I have been surprised by the bears and quite how much they, like their reach for their size is huge. Just this bear coming at your face, it's, yikes. Alright, let's put some of that back in. I'll put it all back in down here, I think. A little slopey slope. Very nice, very nice. Making a base currently, yep. Your chat's just popping up again for some reason. Good, great. Alright, I think it's gonna need to be a long table. I am gonna need enough space though for a troll, which means I need to get the marketplace hammer. Oh look, all of my builds have gone too. I don't think this mod is working currently. That's probably what the problem is. Probably needs updating. Might have to use an actual Frank. Excellent, I'm gonna dig a pit and put a Frank in it. Do it the old-fashioned way. Alvi, there's a new lurk. If you exclamation mark lurk, it should work. How low down I need to be for him to appear like he's sitting? We may have to do some unfortunate experiments. Could you kindly get in the pit? Thank you. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, because I'm gonna have to get him to turn around. I think that's about the right height though. Look away, nothing happened. Not killing multiple trolls live on stream. No one will know. My defense, the mod is broken. Yeah, he's always gonna spawn facing that way, isn't he? Because it's north. So, let's try it and see. Face the opposite direction. And how about if I face this direction? Yep, they're all facing north. Yeah, just discovered it is not working for me either. Shad. Might have to... Yeah, I didn't notice an update for it, to be fair. I think that does explain why all of my critters have disappeared off of my map, and I'm kind of happy that I could, like, roll it back once the mod's been updated, and maybe get that back, so that'll be fine. What I'll do is I will build something, and then when the mod gets updated, I can put Mr. Troll in. Then remove my crimes, so no one knows what happened. Yeah, and then hopefully roll my server back, and then everyone gets to see the Draugr dance party next time I'm on this map, which is my favourite thing I've ever built. It's just a bunch of Draugrs dancing, but it really tickles me. Alright. Need to fill this hole back in. Ask Ironcake not to release updates when I'm in the middle of a build. Yeah, that is rude. Very rude. It does kind of put a bit of a spanner in the works, really, for a whole bunch of things. Yeah. Not build, video. Yes. That too. Same difference? Like, yeah, is it more builds or videos? Videos are builds, right? I don't know what the difference is anymore. I rarely build when it isn't a video. Um, okay. Alright, let's just make a party. And then we'll put the troll in later. I have a rough idea of his size. I can always move things over if needed. Is that gonna be enough space? Probably. With trolls, make trolls sit on a chair. No. Because that's an interact animation, I think. You can make them sit. I think it's just, emote sit. But I can't remember actually having done that before. Like I've made him lie down. That one's easy because that's just an emote. But I think the emote sit still works. So they'll kind of sit like a character sits rather than like they're lounging on a throne or whatever. So my plan was kind of I build a chair that almost makes it look like he's crouching because the chair's like too small for him. So I'm getting around it that way. I'm getting around it with bullshit narrative devices. But yeah, they kind of sit cross legs like that. So I'm gonna need to build them a chair, which will be interesting because I don't have a frank for size. I could have a frank for size. I could spawn one in over here and have a frank for size. There we go. I'll just measure him. Measure that butt. I really hope people are not tuning in just as I say that. No context measuring of butt. Okay, so his stance is about 2? Yeah, well, 4 meters. 2 beams. 2 and a bit. Yeah, so his butt size is about 2. Yeah, alright. We can estimate it. Hi, Koo! Yes, you've just tuned in. What are you up to? I am building a tea party for Frank, as in Mr. Troll. Because I wanted to make a, like a backlighter, a break screen. You've just measured, Norson's just measured the cubic meters of a troll's butt for me, because the Marketplace NPCs mod. No, I wasn't measuring a butt. No, Norson was measuring a butt. Yeah, I wasn't measuring a butt. I wouldn't do something like that. I don't know what you mean. That would be weird. Yeah. I think his butt might hang off the back of this, given the measurements that Norson has taken. Norson, you're becoming my scapegoat. I'm so sorry. Come here. I want to make sure you fit. Yeah. Yeah, I reckon he'd probably fit like that while sat, because the character model kind of crumples inwards a little bit. Yeah, I may need to raise the table up. Or put him in a hole. Raising the table up would be easier. You had to take measurements for the Naked and Afraid challenge. Yeah, as you may know from discussing the clip that I shared with the other creators, we didn't take no measurements. Ribeye did though. At close inspection of troll butt, and troll smashy hands. So yeah, I really should ask Ribeye for the measurements because he had time. You don't go on Only Trolls. Well, you know, that's a shame because I'm clearly an Only Trolls creator. You know, making bank on Only Trolls. I mean, you know, you've got to support the fair working rights of trolls somehow, and whatever floats your boat or your car. All right. So let's raise this table up. Just gonna stack two on top of each other for now. I might need to stack three. No, I do think it's funny if he looks like he's at a really small table. Alright, so let's build this out a bit. Use something fancy? Yeah, let's use something fancy. Let's make it a fancy table. We're gonna need one of them. And yes, I am just replacing this. It's not quite working. I have the first person mod on, which is I quite like it for building. I know there's like build cam and stuff, which I've never used. I kind of like doing it this way. I just need to be a little bit closer in. Can you clip multiple tables into each other by rotating to each angle to make a round table with this mod? Yeah, I would think so. Let's try it quickly. I don't think there's enough space right here, but I'm gonna need a flat area that's not a stone. Let's try it here. Yeah, I love Gizmo. It is one of my favorites. So I think I've got 16 degrees of rotation on right now. Yes. So in theory, yeah, that is possible. They're gonna overlap a little strangely. It's gonna be one really big ass table. It might work better with like Infinity having like no clip or something on. Or not no clip, the opposite. Much clip, more clip, extra clip. I don't use that either because I don't know, like I have weird mental rules about building. Yeah, yeah. I see what you were going for because it's like kind of a round space. But yeah, if that was flat, it would be coming out like this far ish. That's a big table. You can have a Viking for size. It is a Frank size table, to be fair. Now I'm going. I kind of want to make like a round table of like Arthurian round table, but it's all trolls. Yeah, that's a problem. That's gonna have to stay in a thought bank somewhere for a later a later stage. We could probably do it with small tables. Again, I think this might be slightly too big. Maybe not. End to end it will be like that. Possibly. Let's do this in a really scrappy way just to try it out. I think the rotation angle might be a bit wide. Maybe. Yeah, that's also huge. I could do it with just 8 rotation. If I do it with 1, 2 turns. This would be normal rotation. So kind of defeat defeats the objective asking whether the mod can do it. Not a fan. Could cover or something. I think I'll just go for the traditional long table, the awkward dinner with 2 people at one end and a table full of food. Yeah, sounds good. I am kind of sad that there aren't any teacups, because that would be fun. Maybe I can build one. Pass the salt into the longest, most dramatic slide ever. He passes the salt and it just like whiplashes past you, you know, giving you like 100 points of damage. Yeah, that sounds like Frank. Doesn't know his own strength, bless him. Yes! Table curling, exactly. Yep, that would be quite dramatic. Right, so... table is floating. I don't like the way that that is tucked in. Okay, the other one is perfect. I think this one needs to go in a little bit more. Yeah. Stick out a little gap. Yep, that's better. That was something strangely. I have to sit down. Okay, that looks alright. That looks alright. That looks like some table legs. Excellent. We're gonna need a tablecloth, of course. No party is complete without a tablecloth. What do I want for a tablecloth? That's very rustic. Maybe not much of a tea party, but pretty rustic. Oh, I haven't seen the bear rug yet. Look at him. Oh, it's so cool. No, I mustn't use a bear rug until we're at that point with bear on bear. Oh my god. It's just, look at his expression. I remember the bear rug from, is it Clutterbucket that has a bear rug? I was obsessed with that as well. But he looks like he wants to murder me, and I think that's amazing. He's still mad. Definitely still mad. I always think these rugs just look like moss. I've used them to create like moss patterns and stuff before. I really like them as rugs. It might be alright for like a fairy cottagecore type build, but kinda meh. I think it might have to be the red one, which is a little predictable, but it is what it is. I put it on a jaunty angle. What do I look like from above? Jaunty angle? Not a big fan. I need a second table. Does it need to be... maybe it needs to be a wider table. Yeah, I could center that a bit more. Not sure it really matters, actually. The time I built a chair there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna commit to the bit with the tiny table. Maybe we'll just need to have a different kind of tablecloth. I could make a pattern with deer skins, I guess. Decisions, decisions. No, I don't like that very much. I could turn on invulnerability, but it always feels like cheating. Place you there and do it that way. No, not sure I like that anyway, it just looks messy. I could rescale it. I could make it smaller. See what that looks like. My chat keeps telling me that the chat is connected, and every time I'm like, oh, someone no. A little bit more, perhaps. That's great. Is that going on there? I don't hate it. I think what it's missing is like some overhang on the other side, and also I think it's slightly not the same. Better. Are you about the same? Yeah, ish. It's slightly longer on the other side. Yeah, it's slightly longer on the other side. Yeah, that's better. And then what if we used Gizmo to put this on its side? And give it a little... I need a placement beam to do this. Let's try that one there. We just spin it around. Make it a wee bit smaller. I mean, we can make it a lot smaller, but I'm not sure that has the same pattern. Alright, let's get this back to the same scale, because I was not watching what I scaled it to. About there, looks like. It's 68%, okay. I'm gonna have to build a wall. Needs to be a wall and a beam. Let's get it lined up with the table edge. Probably about there. Yeah, looks good. 2 and 3. Alright, let's put that back down to 68% and flip it. Flip it on down and reverse it. Alright, this is gonna leave a gap, but just for the what does this look like factor. Let's just give it a go. Okay. That looks really square. I don't hate it, but it does look way more like a box than like a draped tablecloth situation. Maybe it needs to be smaller then. This is gonna be a lot of faffing around. Who knew? They are. They really are. They really care about this stuff that no one else cares about and no one else notices. The amount of detail I put into my builds, it's probably an unhealthy thing. Probably. Okay, that's closer. That's much closer. I quite like that. I did not pay attention to what size I resized that to again though. Woohoo! Fun time. Deep, 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 deep. Bouncing. It would, yeah, it's true. So for YouTube, Dev just said, "Don't apologize for that. Without the building, Valheim would have much less replayability." And yeah, I think you're very right. Like the creative freedom kind of offered by Valheim, and then again with the mods on top, is second to none. And if I didn't spend several hours making stupid things, I don't know what else I'd do. So, I mean, playing in stupid ways is always an option, but sometimes I need a break from my own hubris. Sometimes. I think this beam is slightly higher than the accompanying things. Yeah. Great thing about making things for television is that it only needs to appear good on one side. That doesn't stop me from, you know, building completely fully rounded builds on both sides because, well, I mean, I'm here for fun. You know, why wouldn't I finish my builds? Alright, see if I can clip into that beam to get one that is the same width. You don't wanna. I still think that's too tucked into the table. There's only so much shenanigans I can do with a harpoon. Building is the best hook of this game. Yeah, it is what keeps me coming back. Like, I have stupid ideas like this, and I'm like, you know, I could have gone into Canva, which is what I used to do, like image editing and thumbnails and stuff, and I could have easily made a break screen with a troll cut out with a transparent background sitting at a table. And in fact, I made a thumbnail for this stream to go on YouTube once it's up and saved as a VOD. And it is just that. It's troll with a comical party hat perched on his head, sat at a table with a cake. And it's alright. It's just a bunch of free assets thrown together. It's alright. It took me about 20 minutes. It's not this though. It's not fiddling around with rugs trying to make them look like tablecloths and having that creative, like, it's not even like Lego. It's, I don't know if you've seen those YouTubers that use plastic scrap to create like models and robots and things like that. I'm pretty sure it has a name, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Um, and they take like, you know, tops of spray bottles, like cleaning fluid bottles and stuff, and they're like, oh, this curve really reminds me of like a duck's beak, and so, you know, we're gonna put this in here and then and do that, and it's that. Yeah, it's an addiction, a sickness, but in a good and fulfilling way. Exactly, exactly. I have a problem, and that problem is Valheim, and I'm okay with that. Like, it could be worse. It could be actual drugs. If you could pump Valheim into my veins, I probably would. I'm not gonna lie at this stage. But it isn't, right? So it's fine. Uh, in all seriousness, I think it's a great creative outlet as well. It's accessible. You know, I you pay like what 20 quid and you have an entire creative box at your disposal. And you know, like I like donating to mod creators where I can as well because like stuff like this has given me so many more hours on top of vanilla Valheim. Um, but like that's very different to like, you know, buying watercolor paints and oils and canvases or um like me, I upcycled this. So I, you know, had to buy new draw knobs and I had to uh, buy an electric sander and I had to sand it down and I had to stain it and coat it and everything else and that that costs probably 2 or 3 times what that shelf is actually worth. It's just a pine kitchen shelf. Um, and I had to buy the shelf. I bought it secondhand, obviously. It was a Facebook Marketplace find because, of course, it was. But now I have a whole bunch of tools and stuff, which is great, so I can do more of it. But that's not 20 quid some money here or there towards other creators. Yeah, it's you know, it's fun. It's fun and creative and cheap. Cheap and easy way to create things. Really don't think I'm gonna get this lined up. You got it free for a friend, Norson, who no longer plays it, closing in on 10k hours since, and it's just nuts to me how much I still enjoy this game. It still feels like beginning. I'm learning so much. Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, it's like, you know, me earlier when I was saying, oh, I'm looking into EWP, and that is a whole different world. Like I'm now part of their Discord, and you just watch. They're talking a whole new language. You know, they have a glossary, by the way. So if you are interested, anyone listening, in Expand World Prefabs as a thing, they have a glossary. It's very welcoming, and they're very easy to talk to. But like, it is a whole new thing, and you're essentially coding or scripting rather stuff. So it's a different side of things, but like I wouldn't be driven to do that if Valheim wasn't already a sandbox, if it didn't already make me think, what can I do? What is possible? How far can I push something? How low can I make a tablecloth? You know, it's yeah, it's special. Nothing has grabbed me this much since the original Guild Wars. And that was I think it's that blend of social and freedom to play, and also it's really good for parallel play, for playing alongside a buddy but not necessarily doing the same thing. I don't know. I have theories. I should probably do a psychology podcast or something. The psychology of Valheim. Yeah, I hard relate, yes. Alright, can I get this in here? Probably not. Can I get one close enough though? Possibly. Possibly. That's too far forward now. But I could use that one across the whole thing. Alright. Table edge is sticking through this one. I'm gonna have to layer it. Can't see over Gizmo. That is the one downside with Gizmo, is it does make it difficult to see where your edges are. Sometimes. Alright, let's layer it. Frank in the background, smashing away. Smash, smash. Yes, better, better. Alright. You just killed your first bear, Dev? And you're way more than 3. Yeah, I don't get the obscure Davy Crockett reference, I'm afraid. I may need links to understand this further. I may need to go and destroy these from the other side. If I can, which I'm not sure I can. No, damn you. Ooh, maybe just... No, the table, not the beams. The table is also still peeking through. Did I just destroy the table? Nice! According to myth, famous American frontiersman Davy Crockett killed his first bear when he was 3 years old. Really? That's incredible. I mean, yeah. Oh, there's a massive gap on this. I don't think it really matters, does it? Can angle it. Angle it inwards a bit. It's mostly because it's... I think it looks quite organic. A bear claw, maybe. Highly incredible, as in unbelievable, but it's a great story. I mean... Yeah, unless they just found him stood next to a dying bear as a child and kind of went, well, he must have killed them. Yeah, feels a bit unbelievable. But it's a good myth. Not one I'd heard. weirdly know the name, but not that particular one. No. Don't think layering that is going to help. Forget. Might need to... Because it overlaps slightly more. To hide the edges. That's better. Also famous for dying at the Alamo to finding the rights of Texas slaveholders. Yeah, see that's how I know the name, but not the whole killing a bear thing. Kim Jong-esque, like the multiple perfect rounds of golf. Yeah. Yeah. I'll delete it. Right, I'm gonna go and grab a mint for 2 seconds. You can come with me on my headset and we can have fun walking downstairs. You obviously will not be able to see anything downstairs, but you can enjoy my empty chair again. See, this is why I need a screen. Oh, actually, my headset might cut up halfway through down through the stairs. But, you know, echoey hallway. Alright. That was a fun trip. My hallway is pitch black. Didn't turn a single light on, so you're lucky you didn't hear me falling to my death, I guess. Congrats. Alright, see, that's great. I like it even better now I've stepped away and come back to it. Perfect. Alright, we have our overly complicated for no reason table. Let's build him a chair. I mean, I kind of like the idea of him on something that's too small. But a throne is like not even not even vaguely possible, no. I could put a throne at the other end though. I could have a throne. Yeah, let's do a wooden throne at this end. Might need to put it on a box. Because my character's gonna be like... yeah, at like head height with the table. It's like some Hobbit shenanigans going on here. Is that the right sort of height? I reckon so. Yep. Oops. Should put some cameras moving on so no one gets seasick. Yeah, it's quite hard to see with the shadows, but could probably, you know, put some candles or something on the table. Or lift her up a bit more. Yeah, I think up a bit more is the answer there. Probably need an actual, like, half wood wall box, perhaps? Might be slightly too tall. I feel like this is like building the Goldilocks house. And it was just right. Right. Oh no, that's way too tall. Yeah. Just needs another beam on top, I think. Alrighty. Yeah. If I zoom in, I see what I'm doing. Lovely. Okay. Looks like it's at table height. Whoa, that was fast. Yeah, that feels like it's at table height. I just need to make some extra legs for the chair. Or not. Maybe I'll like clip. Maybe I'll clip a stack of wood underneath it. It's like, yeah, her chair's been lifted up and his chair is still too small. I kind of like the juxtaposition of that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a stack of wood and see if we can just get it in underneath somehow. Yeah, it might work. I'm gonna try a stack of stone in front instead. No, I think the wood logs work. Oh, core wood logs are funnier. Yes. If I can get it to maybe sink down a little bit. Oops. Ooh. Snap vision is increased to 2. That's not what I meant. Oh, hi fish. My key bindings are a bit funny. What have I got that assigned to then? Reset rotation key. Page up and it page down. I'm probably going to need to reassign those. Let's just use keys I don't use very often for now. Alright, should be better. Yeah. That's where it needs to go. Hi, welcome home. There's a few. Yeah, I have some friends. Honest, I promise I have friends. Ugh. No, not human touch! Ah, booped my nose. Help. Abuse. Abuse. That is my partner Matt, home from choir practice. Because we are cool people in this household. I quite like it being perched on top of Corwood. We do be like cats. Yes, we do. Yes, he is also a neurospicy of some persuasion. Clearly. We also communicate in noises, pure noises, throughout the household. So, yeah, being here is just like hearing a series of like beep bops and other weird occurrences and random boops. I also have a series of small mouse cuddly toys that we are currently hiding around the house and tormenting one another with. They'd keep migrating. One hasn't made it in here yet, but it's only a matter of time. They have made it into my coffee cup, well, my teacup this morning. Um, his coffee, um, the freezer, um, packets of crisps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Much like the banter, it is a silent war of mouse related hidings. It is good. It is good. Communicate on our own. Well, you see, the problem, Dev, is that there is also, of course, lore behind the mice because this household. Um, the mice are small, round balls. Um, they're like those TY Beanie Baby kind of things. And Matt is a juggler. He's a street entertainer. So he immediately saw them and was like, those would make really fun juggling balls as a kind of bit. So they kind of hang around the house as a kind of juggling item. Um, but we made some videos together over lockdown, which is how I got into like learning video editing and stuff. And Mouseball kind of accidentally ended up featuring in it. Mouseball has become a single entity. There are 5 of them, but Mouseball is Mouseball. They are telepathically joined. Um, so the words "praise Mouseball" are a you know, if something goes right in our day, we praise Mouseball. Mouseball is all-seeing and all-knowing. Mouseball is everywhere. It's not just that they are anywhere. They are everywhere, all the time, always watching. So, yeah. This household has some lore you must learn. Should you come through the door, just be aware that there may be Mouseball everywhere and anywhere, and likely somewhere. We did misplace or could not find one part of Mouseball a couple of weeks ago, because we'd been hiding them from each other. So each time one part of Mouseball gets found, it would immediately get re-hidden somewhere to torment the other person. For a good 3 weeks at that point. It periodically comes and goes with things moving around, but this is the latest in a season of shenanigans. Um, and there had to be a confession that neither of us knew where Mouseball was. So Mouseball number 5 was MIA for a while, except that the very next day I found where Mouseball was. It was one of my hidden Mouseballs, and it was in his like coffee pod. Like he's got a big thing of coffee pods, and it was actually looking right out the jar at him. And it was there for a good week. And every time he reached in the morning for a coffee pod, I was waiting for the, oh, what is that? Oh, Mouseball. A week. It was worth it when it happened, though. I got a very disapproving look, so I know I did good. I used to think mice were cute until I had an actual rodent issue in my home. Now my distaste for them knows no bounds. Yes, yes. Actual real mice look cute, but no, they are a problem. An actual problem. I used to work in barns and stuff, and getting into the feed, and yeah, it was a problem. So I feel your pain. Luckily, these are omnipotent, well-behaved mice. Well-behaved might be strong. Yes, Lawson. That is very silly. Very silly. Right, I should stop staring lovingly at the screen and stare lovingly at this screen instead. Right, I'm gonna build a chair for Frank. For Frank's butt. I reckon I can probably get away with it being like 1.5 maybe? If I mark this out like that, there's the floor. Yeah, I reckon we can get away with that as a small chair. Just placing him might be a bit tricky. Every time the welcome to chat room message pops up, like, let's reply. Stuff's happening. Yeah, that looks pretty well placed. I'd like to make it quite fancy. I think like something similar to the throne. I don't ever get how the Muggles can go a full lifetime without ever wanting to experience relationships like that. Neurotypical existence seems so boring to me. We have a saying in this household which is like, "Are the straights okay?" Which has obviously come from like gay culture and stuff. Neither of us are particularly straight. Um, and it's literally shorthand for that because like we live very weird existences. Like clearly, um, I make weird stuff in Valheim for fun, and he unicycles round the forest for fun. Um, like, and not just unicycling, like mountain unicycling. So he goes through the like mountain bike trails and stuff, like you see like pro mountain bikers doing, but on a unicycle. So normal is normal doesn't really appear much in this household. Um, and weirdly enough, I don't think I've ever dated anyone who was neurotypical. Like I didn't find out I had autism until about a month ago, like full diagnosis, and like suspected for several years before that. Um, but yeah, slowly, and the reason I kind of suspected was that slowly but surely all of my past partners and really close friends have been diagnosed either with ADHD or autism over the years, and I eventually had to start questioning my own brain. You reappropriated the term muggles because it's fun and a jab to the person who made the word famous. You know, I approve of that. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Yes. I had a bit of a like existential crisis over that whole situation because yeah, I was a fan as a kid and the books meant a lot to me, but they now sit behind all of my other books because I don't necessarily want to get rid of them for the memories that I had, but I don't want to invest in that person anymore. So yeah, we do bunch up with our kin even when we're not trying, right? Yeah, it's like-minded people, you just connect. You just think, "Oh, this is my type of person," and we get on because we have similar interests and, similar personalities, and then you realize that maybe neurospicy could be a personality type. Yeah, and from there, but it is what it is, and I don't know. I don't think the whole neurotypical autism thing is it's become a thing, and I just think we have different brains. Like I think, it's always been here and we just have a name for it now. And the only reason it's such a problem is that our society is just weird, man. Weird. The Venn diagram has so many overlapping circles, Norson. Like the amount of like creative people who are also, genderqueer or LGBT or anything like that. Yeah, and into Dungeons and Dragons or LARP. It's a big overlap. Yeah, there's a nice slot in the middle that just says yes, gifted child. Yes. So Dev says, I still read the HP books, but unlike most of my library, I'll never get ebook versions. Don't want to send more money that way. Yeah, yeah, pretty much the same. Like, I, to the extent of not knowing I was neurospicy until recently, when I was about 11 was when I think I read the first book. And I read that book between the ages of 11 and like 13, 26 times. So that's just the first book. Like the second one I've read like about the same and stuff like that. So it was very much like a proper comfort thing. I was going through a lot as a child. So yeah, it brought me a lot of comfort, and I find it very conflicting now. as an adult. I never really got into the hype, like the whole fan thing of like picking your house and all of that. Like, um, not so much. Like my sister was very into that. But yeah, so problematic art. Yeah. How do you separate it from the artist? I'm not sure. I don't have an answer to that question. I'm just me. I'm just me, and I made a choice to put it to one side and have happy memories, but not contribute anymore. Right, I'm just building chair legs. I think those chair legs look good, but I think I might want them black. This build is taking far longer than I thought it was, mostly because I'm chatting and being a perfectionist. That sounds about right. Alright. That looks good, although that back chair leg is kind of hanging off the bank a little bit. Make it longer. Hope for the best. Yeah, let's just give him long chair legs. That wasn't clever of me. And if I can go back to when that existed? No, because it broke. Okay, fine. I see. Maybe because it's attached. And not attached to the floor? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. I would buy the ebooks after she passes on, but being older, I'm unlikely to outlive her. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah, that really sucks. I mean, if I said the pirates might be able to help you, but I'm not condoning or suggesting anything on stream, that could be a way forward. Because yeah. Choices. I think these table legs are too tall. That's fine. If I not from about here, I'm gonna have to use an inside corner. Or put another pole behind it. Just move it back one. So it's not too far forward on the side. That sounds like it could be a plan. I only do that for books of long dead authors who should be in the public domain, if not for the absurd copyright laws of the US. Fair. Fair. And yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. Hearing Frank stomping around behind me is actually just giving me a small heart attack because I forgot I was building in creative mode. Hi Frank, how are you doing? Right. Sweet, okay. Now we've got that in, let's put these back underneath. Just replace those. If it will let me. Those are not quite right. I'll put trim on it and it'll be fine. Make sure they're level first. Good evening! How are you? Aha, Friendly Frankie. Yeah, we're making him a tea party. It's gonna be great. Ooh, thanks for the follow! And for confirming that my alert is working. And that I can hear it. Excellent. How are you doing today? Did you like my alert, Norson? This is what I mean by like I wanna make some silly ones. I wanna make some silly stuff for Twitch just to make you smile when you're joining me. Can't wait to get like emojis and things when I get affiliate and start really going ham on the cheesiness. We're gonna need some bear ones. That is way too long for jello. I'm gonna go with it. We'll work it out. As long as the bees are happy. Well, exactly. The bees have to be happy. And you just made them happy by your very presence here. So you're doing well. You're doing well, man. The bees are always happy. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, they should be always happy, but we know sometimes they are not happy, and that's sad. You know, we got to make sure of these things. Maybe if I do the chair back with some of the arches. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. Let's do that. That's a Frank-sized chair. Excellent. Maybe see what these decorative bits do. Nah, it's not doing anything for me. Give him a little back. Yeah, with the half spacing, that's gonna be. Actually, that's quite good. I like that. Well, we got ourselves a chair eventually. He is a little far away, but I think by the time I put him on it, I should be fine. And I can always shift him over a little bit. I know another animal that's happy right now. I have a big moose enjoying the apples in my garden. Oh wow, really? That's so cool. She's been here twice tonight? Aww. She keeps coming back for more. It must be good apples, man. And moose are huge too. So that's a lot of apples. Alright, now we get into the fun stuff, which is the decorating. Let's give him some deer hides, I think. Maybe tuck that in. I get it to clip. Moose, hard to fit on the barbecue. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've ever played The Long Dark as a survival game. The moose in that can feed you quite a while, mind. Dev says I have a skunk that lives near my yard, not as much fun. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, that doesn't sound like someone you'd maybe want to, you know, chat to while they're eating your apples. Perhaps. I don't really have wildlife in my garden. Have much of a garden. We do get bats at night though. I love bats. I have a bat detector, so I can go out and listen to the bats, trying to hunt for moths and things. They're only little bats. They're little pipistrelles mostly. But yeah, bats are great. You had moose pate in Sweden and it was pretty good. I've not tried moose. I've tried a whole bunch of things when we visited South Africa. I'm trying to think what I had now. I had kudu because it started with ku. No other reason. I had zebra, I think. I had zebra pate, yeah. They get into the skunks get into feral fights with the feral cats. Oh, that's not fun at all. Moose meat is very nice, very low in fat. It's good, I love it. Well, now I'm gonna have to go to Sweden just to try moose. You know, no other reason. Hi, Canarus! How are you doing? Hi. I'm building something silly. Mostly to test streaming, and also because I decided I needed a screen for when I'm taking a break when I'm on stream, and that usually I'm taking a break because I'm going to get tea because I'm British. So Frank needs tea. You know, Frank probably has never had a tea party. Makes me sad. So we're making Frank a tea party. Probably much richer in proteins like horse meat, but less problematic. Yeah, you don't get quite so much. Yeah, I don't get demonetized for actually saying the word K in there. Yeah. IRLing hard, no fun. How have you been? That sucks. Yeah, I've been okay. Things have been a bit like stressful in real life here too. Like it's just, and maybe it's the time of year. Um, like there's a lot going on. I'm in the process of kind of moving house, but everything's up in the air because they've lost some of the like land registry documents. Um, so we've been waiting for about 4 months for solicitors to try and do their thing, which means we can't make plans because we don't know where we're going to be. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I thought like rather than making it and surprising everyone on stream with, "Hey, I made a silly thing," I'd just make it here. And yeah, and chill with everyone on stream while I did it. It has taken slightly longer than I expected, mostly because I've been chatting nonsense at everyone. But having a lovely time while doing so. We be yapping. We be chilling. I did say it was a chill and chat stream, so you know. Let's put some feasts on the table. We'll probably need some pies. Ooh, Black Forest platter. Probably needs to happen in the middle. And Frank needs all the pies, because Frank has eaten all the pies. There we go. I did say I was going to try and make it like a tea mug. I'm not sure what I'd make a tea mug out of, though. Thank you. Yeah, you missed the, like, very perfectionist trying to place that tablecloth for, like, 5 hours. But I'm pleased with it now. It's all modded. Hi, Shen! Welcome! I'm sorry you missed the stream yesterday. That was my inability to press the right buttons. How you doing? Dev says that the Queen's jam jar looks a bit like a mug. It does. It does. I kind of need something with a handle. I wonder if I can clip like a mead in with a jar. Only 5. Yeah, only 5. I have no idea how long this stream has been going on for. Probably about 2 hours now. So just to do this, just to do this. So, this is kind of representative of what it's like when I build stuff for my videos, because I build for fun and then I get too into it and then I'm like, if I just like done this and put it out there, probably no one would have noticed half the details anyway. Ooh, that also has a handle on it. I wonder if I could resize a jar over the top. Well, it's a bit cheaty, but you know, I've resized the tablecloth already. Getting this to snap in, I'm probably gonna need a pole to make that work. Let's move it forward a little bit just as an experiment, just so we can see if it works. The tankard is wood, but it is mud shaped. Yeah, I think the problem, like, I did think tankards would work, but because everyone knows they're a tankard, they're not, like, you wouldn't necessarily instantly go, oh, it's a teacup. I think tankard is like the if this doesn't work, let's just use tankards. So if I put down, I mean that does, I think the fire mead is probably more of a mug handle situation. I'll put it there. Get food and grab one of these and use this. Can I clip? I'll put that too close. Yeah, that just about clips. I need to turn it upside down, but I think that will work if I can get it in the right place. Maybe upsize it a wee bit. Let's scale that up a bit. And turn it upside down. And actually probably zoom in a bit. There we go. Oh, it's raining away now. Cover the very top. Might need to move this beam. Yeah, if I resized it a bit more, I mean I could try and clip the fire jug into the craft a makeshift mug using glass and use a backwards wall torch as a handle. Yeah, for like a Frank-sized mug, that would work. I'm gonna roll with this because I can resize them. If I can clip this barley wine down into the table a little more, not upside down though. I probably can't. I could do it upside down though. Or can I? It doesn't want to do now. Yeah, that's not gonna work. The handle is so high. I wonder if I can put something over the top and use the top of like that. Oh, didn't place it. Yeah, that works. Let's get a jam. I'm just gonna have to remove that top piece. You can use the Virgo mugs, reducing the height on those. Yeah, they're shiny. That might work. That's a good idea, Canaris. Shen says, I was in Waddle's Yag stream yesterday with Handy and Sarah, changed the order of my card today, and now I'm just chilling. Nice! That sounds cool. I heard that, there was a ribeye on Waddle's stream. Is that accurate? I heard there was a ribeye shenanigans. Oh, this is in exactly the wrong place now. Yes, no, yes, no. Ooh, there we go. It was a very dead ribeye. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. Yes. Yes. I heard that there was a death, and I was like, I may have to come and see this. Ribeye was there too. Lol. Excellent. Excellent. This sounds like exactly the type of thing I need to go and watch. I don't think I can cover it without it floating. No, I can't. No. I may be overcomplicating my life here slightly. Like usual, you know, nothing's changed. The only player that didn't die was Sarah. Oh, good for her. Never letting Ribeye live that one down. That is not staying resized. That's what the problem is. Alright, I'm gonna have to abandon this idea. Could try one of the Diverger mugs. I reckon that could pass as a coffee cup. Yogi is coming for treats. Hi, dude. How you doing? The only player that didn't die was Sarah. Oh, I just read that. Yeah. I'm just seeing chats coming up. Alright, let's see if we can resize this one. Nice. I like that. It's not much of a tea party without cake. Rather wondering if I should try and build cake. Hi! Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. I'm just building something silly to use as a break screen for streaming, and I thought I'd build it on stream while testing whether my stream is actually working on YouTube properly, which it does seem to be, so that's nice. And Shen says, no, Handy and I were also deathless, so nah. We were just talking about Waddle's stream, where the infamous Lucky Ribeye, apparently his luck may have run out. It's not a good sign for the next Naked and Afraid run. Not a good sign. I think I might have to build a cake, chat. It is... I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I might try building a cake, and then I might need to stop. Build a cake. Maybe put some banners up. Make it look pretty. Have a think about cake ingredients. While I shove some banners on the cave. Damn you, clipping. Far enough forward yet? Not quite. But you are now. I still have to have 2 of you. Good, fine. I know, Frank. Tea's coming. Calm down. I know I've been here for hours. Promised you tea, and you're like, where's my tea? God. I need to replace that with something smaller. Now can I remove it? That's not terrible. Shan says, methinks Ribeye was being a bit reckless as it was just normal combat. Yeah, that is the trap. I fall into that too. I play normal games now and I'm just like dying all over the shop. I died so many times on our bear run yesterday. I died 4 times. Mind you, I die a lot in Naked and Afraid as well, so I don't have an excuse. I'm just hubris. I just get ideas into my head and don't pay attention. That's who I am as a person. Are you attached enough? Do you believe you're attached to the wall? I think you might do. Good enough. Alright, let's put one on the other side. That is nowhere near the same height. I'm gonna have to build across. Good enough. Oops. Alright. Valheim definitely has a way of humbling you. Shen, yes. Every day. Every time. Keeps it interesting. I'm gonna have to fiddle with those at some point, I think. Alright, cake. It's gotta have puke berries on top. What looks like cake? Could I turn one of these upside down, or does it just look like a wooden bowl? That could work. It might be a lightly steaming cake unless it goes under the table. Excellent, it does. Good. We put some puke berries on it, and will they stay? No. Balls. Can I clip a floor piece through it? Yes, I can. Um. Close enough. Nope. I need support. So that means I need a boulder. Which will probably be seen. No. That's hideable, I reckon. Can I place stuff in the middle now? Yes. Okay. Okay. Does not look like a cake. I am on Twitch right now, Shen. Yep, I am on both. I am close to affiliate already, even on Twitch, which was a shock after yesterday's stream. Yeah, everyone showed up, and I have friends. I have friends, and it's nice. So yes, I am also on Twitch, as well as the YouTubes. So that was part of the problem yesterday, is that so I'm trying to multi-stream. So I'm not just streaming for the first time, I'm multi-streaming. Yeah, I'll hit you with a link. Give me 2 seconds. I'll pull it up. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, and my own voice. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, and my own voice. Mute that. There you go. That's me on the Twitches. And unable to get back in. Whoops. Now you get my key presses too. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, this is not looking like a cake. I kind of think I might need a picture of a cake. I kind of think I've forgotten what cake looks like, chat. Someone put a cake emoji into chat. I have a reference point. Candles! A cake needs candles! Yes! Let's use candles! I'm gonna cheat and use the Bug Witch candles. Ooh, this mod is not happy. Yay! Shen! Hi! Now you can talk with Norson and not through a third party. It's probably gonna be a terrible circle done from so high above. It's not awful. It's not awful. The problem with the Bog Witch candles, though, is that you cannot remove them. This is a prefab which burns forever. Yay! People in chat. I don't hate it. It might need some blueberries. I mean, I kind of like the idea of puke berries if I can make that work. Maybe if they're kind of all like in the middle. It looks more like a cake. I may need to reposition stuff a little bit because it's a wee bit messy. It's not quite central. That's probably easier to do by Trolls seem like the kind of people to eat puke berries and like it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I really think they I really think that's their thing. You know. Oh, and a follow! Thank you! I hope you liked my bees. I was up until 4:30 making that making that Twitch alert. Because why sleep when you can make stupid things? Alright. I think that is way more central. Ish. I mean, it's a cake. It doesn't need to be perfect. Yay, cake! Buchberries are high in fiber. They help clean out all the Viking meats the trolls cut. Oh god. It doesn't look good for me after he's had a slice of this cake, does it really? Alright, I think it might need some kind of decoration around the outside. You know, like how cakes have like ribbons and stuff. Um, can I clip a pot? Can I resize and clip in a pot? Well, there's like those little swirls of icing that you get. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I don't even know if it'll fit. It doesn't, it stays! That sapien meat pie do be sticky and hard to digest. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh. It's not quite good enough. Oh, maybe I've got it on that side. Don't think it's got anything to grip onto over there, that's the problem. Oh, they do look like little swirls of icing though. That's made me happy. Yeah, not all of these want to stay. I think I only need more support on this side. All of my icing is popping. No! Don't make me put another thing under the table, please. Fine, I'll put another thing under the table. I hear that alert is all the buzz. Yes, I have an alert on Twitch that is bee related. So you know you've made the bees happy, basically, by joining my Twitch. I'm glad you can hear it too. There are more incoming, or at least there will be. They will probably, a lot of them involve me needing to make things like this for the lulz. So you will get more building chats of dubious quality while we discover what ridiculous things we can make Valheim do. Israeli is not liking it on this side. Interesting. Doesn't mind it over there, but around the back? No. Says no. I'm not sure what it's... Is it... Can I go off of a puke berry? No. No, I can. Can I clip it into a candle? I think it might be time for the filling trophy trick. If I can find it in this menu. Bukeberries and olives. Yeah, I could use the red pots. I wonder what these ones look like actually. I'm not convinced they look... Wait, those actually stay though. Maybe does that look more like icing? What do you think? Red pots or green pots, chat? I followed on Twitch, but I'm chilling on YouTube for now. Twitch has been a mood lately. Yeah, I find Twitch very busy. It's kind of why I wanted to do both. Because sometimes I want to just like chill and sit and watch on the TV and whatever. And I know you can do that on Twitch too, but it's a mood. But thank you for your follow, Canaris. It is appreciated. Yeah, I need opinions. I need opinions. Is the red? This is the level of neurosis in my brain. Okay, welcome to the inside of my head. Is the red too much like the tablecloth? Also, it only seems to want to stay there. Making so many pots. Is the red too much like the tablecloth? Does the green look too much like olives? I'm not convinced any of this particularly looks like a cake. Half and half? Full evil and make this a turnip cake. Ooh, that's a good idea. Because it's purple. It might stand out a bit more. Let me see if I can put the turnip in here, and then we'll maybe use pots on top of the turnips. Or turnip, I'll resize one. Let's use a lantern. Although this is really round, I'm not sure it's going to have a flat base when it's... Does it look like a cake? No, it just looks like a ball. It's too round. People will ask why, and I will answer yes. Fair. I can never find the turnips in this menu. I don't know why. I always seem to be blind. Does an onion? We could put onions in the cake. Nope. If I was a turnip, where would I exist? Can we place them with the feaster? I know there was a while when we couldn't. And if they're in here, I'm blind. I'm blinded by the food. Hi, I might not care. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think they're not in here. I think that was a bone of contention. I don't think you can because you can't eat turnips and you make food with them. That's a point. That's probably why they're not here. I wonder if we can use the top of a shroom shake because they're quite bright and colourful. It kind of looks a bit like icing. Yay! I might not care /system, who is over in a YouTube chat. I'm building a tea party for Frank. I'm trying to make a cake currently. As you can see, it's suspicious. I'm not sure it's going terribly well, but you know, we're trialing. We're trialing things. I'm wondering if resizing a muck shake. I don't think that works either. I think it's too big, unless we keep it like normal size. And can we clip it with like little globs of icing or something? No, not particularly. We clip in some grapes. Oh, I could use grapes around the outside. I'm not sure that will look like anything other than grapes stuck on the outside of a cake though. What's the special hammer in slot 7? That's for the NPCs in Marketplace mod. Unfortunately, it hasn't been updated. So I use the NPCs and Marketplace mod to place NPCs versions of like monsters and stuff, so I can pose them. So Frank will eventually be sat in the chair. Not today though, because it's not been updated. So yeah, I think the vine berries might be working though, Norton. Yeah, I think that at least makes it look like a food instead of an upside down bowl. Let's put it all the way around. Just zoom out a tiny bit, might be better. Let's see. Kind of need to clip it in just right. I quite like that. I think the ones at the front probably all need to go in the same direction. Overlap. That looks better. Yeah. It's got something going for it. Oh, I could use the fiddleheads. Although those do kind of more look like flowers. What if I flip them upside down? They're not the same on both sides. What else we got? I'm gonna put on the cake. Upside down raspberries. Those work. Actually, I think those might work better than the pots. Yeah, a bit of a better colour. Have these been resized? No, they are just quite large. I'll stay down here. Haven't got enough support around the back. I think I'm gonna need to clip them into the bowl a bit, but that does look better, and I also need to put more support under this somewhere. Is there a fiddlehead growing underneath my Oh, of course, it's from the bowl. Duh. Can't see what I'm doing. Gonna suggest the raspberries, but I figured it doesn't go well with puke berries, but I ain't no gourmet, what do I know? Well, system, apparently chat has decided that trolls need to eat puke berries and that they are, you know, a delicacy among trolls because they're very fibrous. So, you know, after they've eaten their Vikings, they kind of need a little help with that. So, yeah. So, yeah, maybe they are a fan. I don't know. That's clipping too far up. And that's too far down. I just... Can I do it from the table? I'm not convinced that that is going to help, but we shall see. No. Nope, I think it just needs another one of these. It has one of these. Now it has two. Now it has three. Maybe they're not going far enough up. Yeah, that's probably the issue. There is now a wooden pole in the middle of that cake. You know what? You can't see it, so it's fine. Yay! Victory! Oof. Yeah, I was thinking losing is going to be a bit annoying. Onions also seem like they'd be a regular part of Troll's diet. I did think that earlier and looked at putting an onion on the cake, but it's a little too beige. It doesn't stand out well enough on the bowl. We need the bowl to read as cake, and yeah. But yeah, I agree. I do think onions would be part of the Troll's diet for sure. see. I'd like to cover that bit of flipping pole. Yes, I would. Okay. These are not clipping nice and all the way around the cake. This is gonna be fiddly. There's a surprise. It's better. The trial and error of placing raspberries on your virtual cake in a vaguely uniform shape. More. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. I like our cake. I think I might change the hog roast for the Black Forest platter, because it's a little more like finger food. There we go. Probably not upside down though, although I didn't know it was on a little slice of tree. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that is so cool. I have no idea what I am going to use that for, but that's some knowledge right there. Yeah. Coos brain just going, oh, new patterns! Yes! Excellent, excellent. Alright, I think I am going to call the you can't scale things along only one axis, right, system. No, you can't. It's a bigger or littler situation with the Infinity Hammer scaling. You can, I can turn with Gizmo, and I can turn it pretty much any direction. But you can't just resize like bits across an axis. Anyway, I'm gonna call the stream to a close because it is getting late, and this has taken longer than expected. But I may pop back in the next couple of days and finish it off. Maybe try and make some like festoons on the back. But yeah, thanks for joining in. It's been great chatting with you all and seeing all your lovely, I was supposed to say faces in chat, but most of you are avatars and pretty colors. So it's been nice seeing your pretty colors in chat. Alright, I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good rest of your evening, guys. And now I'm gonna find the stop streaming button.